Yo, what you doing, people? I think I no longer have to introduce myself because you all know me, but for the sake of those who are new to the channel, this is Mr. TCee from Certified Traders, or Mr. BOR, and in today's video I want to show you how you can flip your small account using the BOR and the envelope. So according to my plan, I'm only targeting at least 500. As I promised in my Telegram channel, I said I will choose one person to grow his or her account from the channel, right? So make sure you are in the Telegram channel because that's where I do all my updates, right? So here I've got a trade which I've opened on volatility 151s as you see, and the account is $2.79. So first of all, you can see that there are some changes on my chart. I added the envelope indicator, so I want you to look exactly on the envelope. The blue indicators, they are crossover, right? Same applies on the light reds, right? So I'm selling right now and the trade is already going down. So there are a few confirmation which I went through, like for example there is a breakout on the rejection area, right? And then after the breakout, the market is now crossing over on the envelope, right, which is another confirmation. And as you are seeing by yourself, the market is already going down, right? The market is already going down. Fast forward, we are now in $2.48 $2.48 profit, and it seems like the market is gonna keep on selling. But you know, as I always say, if the account is too small, the best thing that you can do is to scalp, right? Especially when you're trading high volatile pair like this one, the volatility 151s.
A few moments later.
Alright, so on my previous trade, I closed with $5.77, and you know, the first trade is the one which determines either you are going to raise the account or you are going to blow. So I raised it to I managed to double it, which means there is a possibility that I can grow it to any amount because the first trade wasn't bad, right? So right here I've got volatility 151s, and I wanna try to sell because the trend is already going down. So it's wise to go with the trend, right, than to go against the trend. So what is really important right now when the trade is going down is just to find a good entry, and then after finding a good entry, you go in favor of the trade. Because if you just enter random, especially when you have a small account like this, in a scenario that the market made a retracement, the account is too small that it cannot sustain a huge drawdown. If it happens that the market makes a retracement, the account will probably blow before it continues to go in favor of the trend. So the best thing that I can do to look for an entry on a downtrend is to look for a continuation pattern. We already know that the trend is going to go down, but what is important is the trend. What is important is the entry. So the only way to find an entry is to either look for a trend line bounce or a continuation pattern. So after finding a continuation pattern, you check the entry after the market made a breakout on the lower side, right? And in this case, we can say that there is a descending triangle, and a descending triangle is a triangle which appears when the market is in a bearish trend, right? So as you are seeing, I already took my sell while it's waiting for the price to break below the trend line. Then we chop the market. On 14 June, I've got this guy called Dylan. He texted me hello Sam, and this is my auto response messages which I send to you whenever I'm not online, right? So thank you for message. You are unavailable right now for our service. You can visit the website. So after that, he's saying like, how you doing, TCee? Thank you so much for all the lessons that you are giving on YouTube. You have been doing a fantastic job. May God keep on blessing you with more knowledge so that you can keep on making the world a better place. especially for those who are in it. And then so let me get straight to the point. I'm in the same situation with Edward. I started trading 2020, but till now there's no progress. I've not withdrawn even a coin. Okay, can you please help me? I've reached a point where I want to give up. You are my last hope. Please, sir. Response will be appreciated. And then on 15 June, he sent another message. Good morning, sir. Hope you slept well. And then there was the MT5 details. So I'll make sure that he changes these details before I post the video on YouTube, because we have a scenario of people who try to log in on the account which I posted on the previous video. So on 18 June he sent another message. Hi, I had $1 in my account. Now I'm left with $0.06, but it's only that I'll be very busy most of the times and don't get time to. There are too many chats on my chat list, right? So I didn't see the message. And then on Thursday I found the $10 pool. Please increase my capital. Friday I tried to trade by myself. It's nice, $10.21. So when I logged in today, it was on $2 and some cents, right? And as we were speaking, the account is now on $11, right? It was because it's now retracing. Let me close because it's now retracing, right? Well, so the reason why I sold right here is because of the envelopes and the BOR, which simply mean the bullish or the bearish open rejection. And in this case, I was looking at the bearish open rejection. So everything started right here, okay? After drawing my inner trend line, as you can see, let me switch to 15 minutes time frame. As you can see, I drew my inner trend line. Here was the first peak. And then after connecting the first peak, there was this second peak right here. After the breakout and the retest right here, there was the second peak. And then right here, I knew that the market was gonna go down on this third peak, but unfortunately there was no the third confirmation, which is the envelope cross, right? So I had to go on 5 minutes time frame to look for this confirmation. And then after the cross, I then went to 1 minute time frame to look for the entry. And for the entry, as usual, is to wait for the market to retest on the trend line, or to wait for the rejection candlesticks, like right here. I drew this trend line. Here was the first peak, and then the second right here, and the third right here. And then on the third there was this rejection candlesticks. So this was an obvious sale and the market was already going down. So what was left for me to take this trade was the end, right? Because I can just press the buy or sell random without considering where my end is gonna be, because at the end of the day, if I took a trade on the wrong entry, my account is still small, so any drawdown is obvious that it was gonna blow, right? So I had to wait for the bounce right here. And already I had the triangle, which was somewhere right here. So this triangle is a continuation pattern, but it was not respected, right? We all know that the descending triangle, once the market made a descending triangle, is going to go down. So I ended right after this triangle, but it was not respected, so it came and bounced on the trend line. So I had to redraw the trend line right here, since the descending triangle was not respected. So after doing this right here, I didn't panic. I knew that the market is going to go down, right? After all this, you can see that it's sold like all the way down from this to this point, right? So the account is still small. The account was on $5, so there was no reason for me to keep on holding. You can see for yourself that after exiting, it went down, but it's now going up, right? So this was my confirmation, and this is how I managed to look for an entry. This is how I'm managing to trade this account using the envelopes and the BOR, right? So let me look for another setup. I took this account from $2 and it's now on $11.20, right? So I'm looking forward to take another entry, and the target is to maybe double it to $25 or to $30. Since the account is too small, the goal is to just double, okay? And I'll keep on updating you the reason behind each and every entry which I'm gonna take.
few moments later.
Well, so from $2 we are now on $31, which is not bad. Okay, why I sold right here is because of the envelopes. You see right here, the envelopes made a crossover. Same applies right now. Same applies right here. There was a crossover, and at the same time there was a channel. Okay, there was a channel, and when I was drawing my trend line connecting the peaks, okay, I was focusing mainly on the rejection area. You see, I was focusing on this zone of resistance. Same applies right here. I was focusing on this zone of support. So just like the basics of how to draw connecting the rejection area, is the same that you do right here when you are connecting the peaks. So I can say this strategy is more based on how the candlesticks are being formed, right? How the candlesticks are being formed on the market. So we just connect the peaks of the wicks of the candlesticks, and then after that I waited for the breakout right here, and then on the breakout you can see that that's when I took my sale right after this crossover, and boom, we are now in profit of $34, right? Okay, we're now in profit of $2. So I think I have to close into a scalping.
A few moments later.
Well, this is volatility 151S, the pair that I used to raise more account. So I connected my first upper trend line, connecting the peaks, right? And then on the lower side I have to connect again, and it seems like this is a descending triangle, but I'm going to buy on the descending triangle. The reason why I will tell you, right? So on the third peak, that's when I took the buy, and then I want you to take a look on the types of candlesticks which are being formed on the 30 touch range, or the candlestick are rejection, which means that no other way the market is actually gonna buy, right? So that's my analysis, and I'll come back and check after maybe some minutes.
A few moments later.
Alright, so you can see how accurate is the strategy. Alright, for now let me close this running trades, right? So I close with 507, right, which is not that bad. So the reason why I took this sale, there was a crossover on the envelopes, and then if you check on 1 hour time frame, there was also a reversal pattern, and then after that there was a rejection on the trend line. Then boom, you can see by yourself it actually went according to the analysis. So this is the balance right now.
A few moments later.
All right, so this is now my last trade on V75. You can see that there was a retracement and there was a crossover on the current market price. So I have to use this opportunity to double this 507 using this setup. Okay, using this setup, this I want crossover? it to drop all the way down. You see, they are crossover. They are crossover, the yellow and the blue. Market has to go down. Let's be a little bit patient and see how the market is gonna react to my analysis. But usually, if the envelopes made a crossover like this, it doesn't disappoint. Okay, so don't worry about the settings of these indicators. I'm gonna drop them in my Telegram channel. I'm gonna drop the settings, the setup for the envelopes in my Telegram channel. So make sure you join the Telegram channel. Check out the link in the description, or if you don't wanna join with the link, you can just go on Telegram. Then you write certified traders, right? And I'm sure the channel will appear on the top written certified traders, right? So as we are speaking right now, the market is already going in our favor. Hope it will go according to the plan, because the lot size which I'm using right now is very big. It's very big. So take a look on how the candlesticks are being formed after executing sale. It's like I forced the market to go exactly in my direction, you see. So let me close. Done and dusted.